Welcome to the Box Score Sports Podcast.
Okay, that's depressing. Okay, well, give me another team.
I'll do the last team. I'll just, homerize it and do the Bucks because
Yeah,
they've turned it around. Last time we talked, I was like, oh, they might suck. Um, and
we
they've
had them
righted
as
the ship.
contenders.
Yeah. So I'm still at like a 6 with that. I
Yeah,
can't be confident that they're a contender. Their schedule has lightened, though they looked fine minus the first 4 minutes against Houston. Um, and Chris Middleton, knock on wood, sounds like he might play Saturday, which is next time they play. So, but they look like they figured it out. Defense, it's not going to be great, but they've had stretches like against the Pacers or against Miami in the first half tonight where you're like, all right, that's the Bucks I was expecting to see from the beginning, where they're connected, defense is going, the offense, you know, is in spots. Gary Trent, similar to Victor, was like 10% from three, got benched. But he's come back and he shot he's back to his regular high 30s percentage. So um, they look how I expected now, which is nice to see. But I would like to see it against more quality teams. Like tonight, they looked awesome in the first half, almost blew it, but Giannis didn't play. Um, but Dame has looked good. Giannis has looked awesome, and the rest has kind of fallen into part. So my confidence of like a 2 before 2 weeks ago, if we would have done this, was all time low, and like this is going to be an embarrassing season. Um, so I'm back from the dead. One team is burying itself in the 49ers, but the Bucks have brought me back up.
yeah, I'm with you. I'm probably at like a 6 as far as confidence. I think because you know the Cavs are the team that broke out, but like even the Knicks, they're still figuring stuff out. I think they're 10-7, so it's not like they're rolling over teams. The Bucks aren't too far behind them right now, and it's like you said, it seems like they've been figuring things out. Middleton's going to come back. We know they may have a move in them, like most every team, whether it's a buyout guy or some. Um, and Giannis is still a top three player in the league. So as long as you got that going for you, he's still playing like that. And maybe it's just like, hey, we got to give these guys time on a basketball court to figure stuff out, and we're starting to see it. So yeah, I'm with you. I'm not too worried about them at this point. I'm at a 6.
Yay, go Bucks.
Yeah, let's go Bucks. Okay. So let me just throw one team out there. Let's talk about the Pistons. I'm gonna homerize it since you homerized it. 25th in offense. They're 8-11, 12th in defense. It won't tell you how many lives I've lost. Years off my life watching this team because, obviously rooting for them they've had at least 6 or 7 games that have come down to the wire. Cade 23, 7-9 right now. He has, I think, 4 triple doubles already this year or something like that. Ivy, he's 18, 4-4. Big number here though is 37% from the 3-point line. 4 of their 9 guys are shooting 35% from 3 or better, so that helps with spacing. And then Ivy had himself a game, the last game, which was pretty awesome to watch, including that game winner to help the Pistons beat Toronto. So right now, I had them as a lottery team, just outside the play-in, but I am gonna say I think if they keep this up, I might be talked into them seeing them in a play in right now.
Yeah, I feel good. I had them as a play-in
You
because I think
did.
like Brooklyn is they're gonna eventually sell their teams off. Charlotte is kind of underwhelmed, and Grant Williams is now out for the year. So again, testing some depth. Um, they've done what I kind of thought. Like they're fine. They still have their warts, which I don't think anyone was like, oh, could they be a 5 seed this year?
Right, right.
Like none of those expectations were there, at least from my end. Um, for the most part, they look together. Again, you have, Tobias Harris, fine. He obviously has his warts. He's closer to the watch side of his career when you watch him out there. He's fine. Malik Beasley's in heaven, just did he just shoot 14 threes in that Raptors game or what? Like against the Bucks, he's just letting them fly. And that's what he's there to do. So I like what I see from the Pistons. You know, I know Cade has been good. I don't think Cade is a one. I think Ivy needs to have the ball more to kind of open that. Like I think he's more athletic and dynamic, and less of a shooter. Like Cade is, hit or miss. Like I love checking his box scores. Like I feel like you jinxed him though. You sent after he had like those 3 triple doubles. You were like, check out this, and then like the next 4 games, like Cade was building houses. Like that Bucks game, he was like 11 for 35 or whatever, and I was like, whew, he is building a house tonight. Now he's missed a couple games with this hip, I think. So if I was a Pistons fan, I would like what I saw because it actually looks like a basketball team.
Yeah.
And you have enough young guys that show out, like that Ivy game winner, like just that's next level. I can jump and do crazy things that most guys can't. So I feel confident that they're going to be a play-in team because I don't have confidence in the Nets or the Bulls long term even though the Bulls have looked better. I still think if it's good enough, they'll sell guys off and the Pistons will end up in that 8, 9, 10 seed.
Yeah, and I do sort of agree with you about Cade. Sometimes he gets like shot happy. I need him to be more of a facilitator and keep the ball moving. He's good. He can catch and shoot and do that stuff as well. But like that's what made him special is his court vision at 6'7" and the way he sees the court and passes the ball. I don't need him forcing the ball down low. He doesn't get a lot of foul calls. I don't know if he'll ever be able to fix that because it's an NBA thing. We talked about this. Like I think he's like in the top 10 of driving rate in the NBA among ball handlers. And out of the top 10, he is the only one that shoots less than 4 free throws a game. So it's like he doesn't get that foul call like maybe he should. But regardless, just facilitate a little bit more. He's had to put a lot on his shoulders the last couple of years. So I think there's some bad habits that he's got to kind of come out of. And if he can do that, I think it's going to work well for the team, and just tap into what makes him great. And I think that's being more of a facilitator and a passer and stuff like that.
Yeah, I would agree. Like he's good. I just think you're right. Like they tried to see if he could be like point guard and he's got the skills, like you're right, the vision and that, but he's like not Luka level point guard where you're like, okay, yeah, just let this guy dribble it around, or like he's kind of in between. Like I think him and Franz are very similar, different skill sets obviously, but like they can do it, but you're probably like, I don't want this guy to be, we're not going to win a championship if he's the one unless something changes, drastically with his shooting, step back game or something like that. So, but I feel good about, my Pistons pick.
Yeah.
I'm the one who had the confidence in the Detroit Pistons. Let the record show.
100% you did. Yep. I picked the Hornets in that spot. So, and LaMelo's been kind of. Thanks so much for watching this clip of the Box Score Sports Podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter or X. And we'll talk to you guys real soon. See ya.